morning. Xavier said yesterday afternoon went well.
Yeah, and how about you, Ayaka? What were you up to yesterday?
After we split up, Ayato went to see Udex Nervillette at the Palais Mermonia. I was originally thinking of going with him, but he said he could manage it himself. He told me to go see the sights around Fontaine, so I rode the Aquabus with Yoimiya and visited the Opera House on Arania.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what we saw there! 2 mechanical puppets that were dancing together! You've already seen them. Yeah, those two! Amazing, aren't they?
We sat and watched for quite a while. It was mesmerizing. Like we could keep watching them forever.
Oh, it was the same for us the first time we saw them, too!
Afterwards, we went swimming at the beach! Well, diving, to be exact. It was the first time I ever breathed underwater! I held Ayaka's hand and we counted down together. 3, 2, 1, and then splash! We were... At first, I didn't dare to open my mouth. But once I couldn't hold my breath any longer, I decided to take a big breath in. Turns out the water wasn't as salty as I imagined. Before I knew it, I was breathing like normal down there. It was an amazing feeling. Ayaka said I was too nervous and needed to loosen my grip. She got used to everything way faster than I did.
I knew that the Traveler could do it, so I had no doubt we could do it too. That helped me feel at ease as soon as we dove in. The underwater world in Fontaine truly is beautiful. I love seeing the Romaritime flowers blossoming underwater, like little candles lighting up the streets at night.
Yeah, and there were so many creatures that we've never seen in Inazuma. Like those fish that shimmer like a sword blade. Whoosh! Oh, and those big fish that call when they see people.
Oh, you mean Hunter's Rays and Blubber Beasts!
I just love the name Blubber Beast. Just wait till Pops and the others hear about this.
Yoimiya was down there for quite a while. It was dark before we finally rode the Aquabus back to the city.
Yeah, even I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get up. I still felt like I was drifting in the waves when I went to sleep last night. But as soon as I woke up today, I remembered that we'd all be shooting a film together, and I was...
Speaking of the film, where's everybody else?
My brother and Xavier were speaking to the restaurant owner about using the place as a filming location. They should be here soon. As for the others, We're here.
Please excuse my tardiness. I just finished the Special Patrol's 6-mile morning jog.
Wait, 6 miles?
I'm so tired. I heard you all chatting, so I decided to come down.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Can someone fetch me a cup of coffee?
Sure. I'd be happy to do that for you.
No, you can't go anywhere. Please, have a seat over here so I can get started on your makeup.
I can get the coffee. It's the perfect job for an assistant.
So much energy. Seriously, what's her secret?
Oh, Yoimiya's always like that. But you sure look exhausted, Farina.
Of course not. I spent the whole night reading the novel from cover to cover, marking section.
Wow, Paimon didn't expect you to be so thorough.
Well, I was the biggest star in all of Fontaine after all. It takes more than just a pretty face to... I went all out when I was acting as an Archon, so why wouldn't I do the same for my...
Here's your coffee, Director Farina.
Oh, thank you. The sound of being called director.
It seems everyone has managed to arrive on... We've reached an agreement with the restaurant owner. We are free to use the second floor.
Really? That's great!
He is really looking forward to our film, and hopes that providing his restaurant as a filming... Well then, Mr. Xavier.
Okay, thanks. First, I'd like to introduce our new members. This is our prop manager, Veronique. She'll be in charge of all the film's props. And this is Bono, our lighting technician. He'll be in charge of lighting and...
Wow. Sure feels like we have some real professionals.
First of all, please allow me to first express my sincerest... When my investor informed me yesterday that he wouldn't be able to provide the... I had no idea that I'd find so many people willing to help me on such short notice.
No need to be so cordial, Mr. Xavier. We're all honored to be a part of this.
Your works made a profound impression on me when I saw them back in Inazuma. I am sure that someday, this film will be remembered as a prime example of cultural exchange between Fontaine and Inazuma.
Yes, the story is the reason I agreed to join. I can't bear to even imagine what this film would look like without...
Anyway, I would like to make a promise to everyone that as the producer of this film, I'll do... This is not just my film. It also embodies the thoughts and feelings of every person here. So, without further ado, the Two Musketeers will officially begin filming... You may take it from here, Director Farina.
All right. Listen up, everyone. The first scene takes place when the two young musketeers are living at the Baron's home, still unaware of all that is about to happen to them. We'll need...
Whoa. Seems Farina's really...
Is everyone clear? I don't want anyone traipsing around the set like, all right, cameras will start rolling as soon as the set is ready. Let's make, not the kind of waves that drown people.
Seems like she's still a bit traumatized, but anyway, let's go see if there's anything we can do to...
How about here?
A little more to the left.
You got it.
Hey, Yoimiya, do you need a hand?
No, I'm fine. You know, doing the lighting is kind of like designing a fireworks show. I heard that the Traveler will be operating the camera and Paimon will be the clapper loader.
Really? Is that because it'll be easy for Paimon to hold...
Well, sure, there's that, but I just think that after all your journeys together, you two must have developed a super close bond and just naturally know how to work with each other. If I'm not mistaken, the director will want the cameras rolling as soon as the clapperboard... Oh, I see!
Yoimiya, we need lights over there, too.
Oh, on it! I've got to get back to work. Chat with you later. Oh, it's exciting to see so many people working together to bring the film to life.
Seems like Yoimiya's really getting into it. But she was right. We do have a super close bond.
Ayaka has mentioned you to me before.
No talking. I'm thinking about how to do your eyes
Ah, yes. To help me really look...
to achieve a more young and not...
Are you saying the wrinkles around my eyes are too deep?
You just have too much of a count.
You sure don't mince your words.
Quiet.
So, this is a real musket?
No, it's just a prop weapon.
Not bad. Have you seen a real musket before?
Only in books and newspapers. I made this one based on the relative shape and proportions I saw in reference images. When we're filming, some special gunpowder will be applied around the muzzle, which will help create the flash and smoke effects of a real gun being fired.
Which means it'll be up to the actors to portray the recoil.
That's right. The sound effect...
Thank you, Veronique. I think I know where to start now. However, the musket's gears and firing pin could still use some work. Adding some wear on the metallic components will make them appear more realistic. Also, be sure to rub the muskets with some oil each time before we start shooting.
Good point.
You seem to know a lot, Miss Chevres. I assume you use these types of firearms on a regular...
Yes, I perform routine maintenance on my weapons every day. Just like we as people need to eat and sleep, muskets need to be.
I also perform similar care for my sword every day, and familiarize myself with its shape and weight, to the point where—
Yes. This way, our weapons will never betray us in the heat of battle.
Yes, well said. It seems we have the same philosophy on this topic.
Oh, sounds like they found a common interest to talk about.
Though these props differ from the muskets I use, I can still give you some pointers.
Good. I look forward to your instruction.
First and foremost, never point the weapon at anyone, regardless of whether it's a real or prop weapon or whether you're holding it or it's on the table. This whole—
Okay, understood.
When aiming the musket, extend your arm so that it's level with your shoulder, and use your eye to look down the weapon's sights.
Like this?
Not bad. Now, try saying your lines.
This is the end of the road for you.
Good. Now turn your body a little. That way, you'll give your enemy less of a This is the end of the road for you.
Huh. Excuse me, Miss Chiori. Director Farina, there's something I wish to discuss with you.
Oh? What is it?
Like this?
Yes, much better.
What do you think?
I do see your point.
I believe it would be most fitting.
Well, if you insist. Oh, Miss Ayaka, Miss Chevres, could the two of you please come?
Huh? What's going on? Are we—
Let's go see.
What is it?
I have a question for you, Miss Chevres. Would you be willing to play the role of a musketeer?
What?
To clarify, I would like to turn over my role to Miss Chevres.
But brother—
Don't worry, Ayaka. I was becoming troubled trying to set aside some time to speak to the staff at the Palais Mermonia. I would like to have some conversations about the cultural exchange between our two countries. Now, I will be able to focus on my work. Besides, you also know that I'm not really one for public performances.
Are you really sure?
From a director's point of view, I also felt like the relationship between the two musketeers in the original story— the older brother in the story plays the lead role with his overbearing character. But this causes his character to overshadow that of his sister, and the theme of the two supporting and relying on each other isn't conveyed very well. But if we were to change the siblings to two sisters of a similar age, then that aspect of the story might come through more clearly. Also, I've seen you instructing Ayaka. That cold and dignified personality is exactly—
Of course, even with all these insights.
Chevres mentioned that she really likes the story, right? Paimon bets that she'll take the role.
All right, I'll take the—
Good! It's decided then. We'll also need to make some immediate adjustments to the lighting. I have a feeling that our adaptation will be even better.
You're doing a great favor for me, Miss Chevres.
Don't mention it. I like this character, so if anything,
Well, since my brother is the one who brought up the idea, let's go, Miss Chevres. I look forward to working with you.
Please, just—
Seems like you're really going out of your way to solve the problem I was having with your makeup.
Surely you jest, Chiori. I assure you that I was mostly motivated by a desire—
Oh, come on. You really think I'd buy that? According to what I've heard from Ayaka, her brother is someone who can juggle—
Perhaps. Ayaka always— But I feel that she needs not only to see other nations, but also to make some different kinds of friends. I think it would be harder for her to make new connections with me constantly by her side.
Alright, go on.
Ayato! It's too bad you're stepping down from the role. Paimon really wanted to see you act as a musketeer.
No need to poke fun at me. I'd wager that you all—
It's a little hard for Paimon to imagine you saying this line.
Yes, I've made an appointment to meet some people from the Palais Mermonia. Now, I will have some more time to prepare.
Traveler, get the camera ready. Paimon, get the clapperboard. Actors, to your positions. We're about to start shooting the first scene.
Go on now. And please take good care of Ayaka.
Yep, don't worry.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing the film when it's finished.
All right, now that we're all here, let me help set the scene for everyone. The first scene takes place when our two main characters are still living at the Baron's estate. They've been ostracized and verbally abused by others in the house. Chevres will be playing the role of the older sister, Tulip, and Ayaka will be the younger sister, Iris. Silence on the set! Lights, camera, action!
Let's go!
Tulip, Mother's been out for quite a while.
Perhaps she went to pick some flowers on the way home. You know how she loves flowers.
Iris, Tulip, I'm home.
Mother! You were out for so long, we were beginning to worry about you.
I'm sorry, but I'm back now, safe and sound.
Mother, what are those bruises on your hand?
Huh? What bruises? Oh,
But I didn't notice them this morning.
then perhaps they're from when I accidentally tripped when I was out. By the way, did you have fun playing at home? What's the matter, Iris?
Well, we've realized that no one really wants to play with us.
They even took Iris's doll and spat at us.
And they even called us names.
Shh. It's all right. Don't worry. It doesn't matter what anyone says. Don't listen to them. No, you both have wonderful lives ahead of you. Just like maybe your time to blossom hasn't quite come yet. But one day, you two will bloom more beautifully than anything else. Don't let the soil you're in now ruin your future beauty. Understand?
And cut! Not bad. The actors' emotions were all on point. Also, if our clapper loader could avoid shouting at the start of the...
Oh,
Great. I was a little worried.
I felt fine. The lines weren't too difficult at all. Seems like Farina must have adapted the role nicely.
You two were great. I couldn't tell it was your first time acting in a film. You should have more confidence.
Thank you for your encouragement.
Positions, everyone! We'll move on to the next scene. This scene is when our two characters return home, only to discover their mother.
Mother, we're back. Mother? What's wrong, Tulip?
Iris, stay away!
Huh? Why? What's... Mother! Mother... She's...
There's poison in this cup.
Huh? I could have sworn I've seen this kind of cup before.
Those aristocrats. They didn't even try to cover up their actions. Iris, we need to leave this place.
Leave? But now that Mother is gone, where can we even go?
Anywhere. All I know is that we can't stay in this house.
But are we just going to let them get away with this?
We'll have our revenge, I promise you. Just not right now. Come on, let's go.
No, wait. We can't just leave Mother here like this. At least let me leave this rose with her. That's why we went out in the first place. To buy her this flower.
All right. Goodbye, Mother. We'll avenge you.
And cut! Beautiful! Great performance!
Oh my, you're so amazing, Ayaka! Were those real tears I saw? How did you do it?
I was surprised too.
Thank you for the kind compliments. Actually, as soon as Director Farina said action, I told myself not to think about anything. It's quite similar to practicing the art of the sword. You clear your mind and focus only on what's happening in front of you.
Ayaka's performance was amazing. Have I discovered an acting prodigy? Pipe down, everyone!
Huh? Are we done already? But Paimon wants to keep playing with the clapperboard. How do you feel, Traveler? Is your arm sore from holding the camera all day?
Good work, you two.
You too, Shivers. You were quite the actress today.
I've read this novel many times before. I have a good grasp of my character's mindset. Anyway, do you remember my request from yesterday?
Oh, right! We were having so much fun that Paimon nearly forgot! You have a case where the murders seem really similar to the cases in the novel, right? So, how are they similar exactly?
In the story, the main characters grow up to become two musketeers, always using their guns to carry out their revenge. And on each of the victims, they place a rainbow rose as a signal that they've returned. Yes, that's correct. We found rainbow roses just like in the novel.
Oh, that does sound pretty good, especially after seeing the script today. Oh, no. What do you think, Traveler? You're smart. Paimon wants to hear your thoughts.
Good. On behalf of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, thank you. There's no time to lose. We should start investigating.
Huh? Right now? Well, we just got...
The most valuable intel always comes after nightfall. They are like small, remote islands in the middle. That's how one of my favorite books always puts it.
So, where are we going right now?
Let's start by checking out some workshops that sell mechanical components. If the culprit is making their own weapons, it's very likely that they'll visit those sort of places.
Welcome to Le Show's Clockwork Workshop. How can I...
Hello. I'd like to know if anyone has purchased some special components lately.
Special components? Sorry, could you be more specific?
I mean the kind of components that aren't typically used for clockwork toys, but...
Huh? For firearms?
Don't misunderstand. I'm not here to cause any trouble. We are merely in...
Well, to be completely honest,
Has anyone ever purchased components here as an individual rather than on behalf?
We have a lot of customers who buy toys, but those who buy components are all regular customers who buy in bulk.
Is that...
You're welcome.
We're way behind schedule.
Oh, hey, Chevres. Run out of oil for your...
Hello, Estelle. I want to know if anyone has come to your shop recently
Oh, is this another case? I don't think so. Some people have requested that I make some
Oh? Why's that?
because there's no profit. I only make things here that can do some real heavy lifting. I don't have the energy to make some.
Then, has anybody come specifically looking for mechanical components?
Well, I usually sell off.
I understand. Thanks.
Don't mention it. Always.
Seems like we haven't found any leads to go off yet.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Huh? Are you sure? People might...
You think so, huh?
Huh?
That I grew up in Finzione. It's been a while, Tetro.
Please, just get on.
I want to know if you've heard anybody talking about...
Information isn't free, you know.
I've heard that bandits have been extremely active in the countryside recently, and they've been affecting the delivery of goods to Poisson.
One of our men got drunk at dinner about a month ago and lost his gun. 3 days later...
What's weird about that? He just...
This is Finzione, my friend. Anything of value left in the tavern won't ever make it to the... But that gun turned out to be an exception. It didn't get any new wear and tear.
I suspect it came back because the weapon was already known to the guard.
You mean, a criminal was afraid the Marechaussee Phantom would use the shot marks to track them down?
I didn't say anything about...
In Finzione, knowing who was killed is as easy as knowing what clothes... It's the guy living in the east side, isn't it? I've never liked him.
So, who was the one who lost...
Don't bother. Even if you asked, he wouldn't admit to owning a gun to some strangers.
He's right.
I know you grew up here, Chevres. Even though you're on good terms with the Spina, you've still been gone too long. Not many people know you.
I know.
So take my advice and don't show your face too much around here.
I'll come and go as I please. And I'm afraid I'll be appearing more often.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn.
Next on the agenda... Huh?
Hello. I'd like to ask some questions.
I don't know any...
Don't worry. I'm not here to arrest...
You say that?
It's the truth. Here. Take this as my...
Wait, did Paimon just see what she thinks she saw? Is the captain of the special patrol bribing?
Seems you're different from the... What do you want to know?
Have you heard anything related to muskets in Finzione?
Muskets, huh? All I know is that about 2 weeks ago, we...
Were they gunshots?
Possibly. It's someone's house collapsing, a pipe exploding somewhere. It's all the same.
Do you know where the noises were coming?
I don't remember clearly.
Is it that you don't remember?
You tell me.
Then please.
She's giving her even more Mora!
The noises came from the end of the southern waterway. I came out and had a look for myself and I wasn't sleeping well. That's all I know.
All right. I'll take you.
Thanks for the pat de fruit.
No need to be surprised. I grew up here, remember? I know how... Seems you catch on. Now then.
We're way behind schedule.
What's all this? Some broken...
Yes, but have a close... Even though somebody has purposefully tried to clean them up. In other words, someone was here trying to improve their shot.
could...
Your guess is as good as mine. Although many people at Fleuve Cendre own guns, few hide the fact from others. Anyway, let's go. Seems like that's all we'll be able to
Paimon feels like we managed to learn a lot more here.
Yes. Assuming that everything we found is indeed a month ago, our suspect found a gun and took it home to disassemble it. In the following weeks, he used some parts to create his own makeshift Then, a few days ago, he found his target and carried out the murder.
That all makes sense to Paimon, but we're still not...
The deceased was a resident of Fleuve Cendre. It said that he was a poor, solitary man. Yeah, that's all. If we are indeed following the novel, and there's a story behind the murder, then this murder should be an act of vengeance. But he was no saint, but no one's heard of a rival who hated him enough to shoot him dead. What message is the killer trying to convey? And to whom exactly? We've thoroughly investigated that possibility. He claims to have spent the whole day at the Opera House on the day of the murder, and the staff there have
Okay, so he has now...
Not only that, he lacks he has a family of his own, and both of his parents are still alive. I've looked into his records. He was adopted at the... In the story, the mother of the two musketeers was murdered after the children turned 10. Of course, he could have changed the children's ages, but more importantly, I've also had a chat with him in person. He didn't seem...
Then, what should we do now? We have all this new information, but it doesn't help us move forward.
Investigations take time. I didn't expect us to catch the culprit and just... How about this? Let's spend the next few days filming with the crew. We can continue the investigation once...
Wait, but weren't you saying Intel is like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea just a moment ago? Wouldn't you just miss them if you were to stop looking?
Ah, but the book had more than one reference to the islands, Paimon.
Oh? What else did it...
As long as you spend enough time sailing through the